Nice to meet you all. My name is Helena. I'm working in the University of Lisbon, but I'm also working at one large pharmaceutical company, which creates no problem at all, and that's why I've disclosed nothing. Just because my area of work in the pharmaceutical company has nothing to do with prices, has nothing to do with product availability. So I'm working in a completely different area. I'm a statistician by profession, and I'm working on the advanced analytics department, so I have nothing to do with prices in this company. But as this is an area that I have always liked to work on, I like to learn more about it. And working and living, especially living on a country that has a lot of good things, but also a lot of not that good things. We are pretty small, and on top of being pretty small, we are basically at one distant part of Europe, where we are the western country of the continent, which means that even if we would be small, but if we would be in the middle of Europe, things will be easier. They are not. We are pretty far away. And in a country, as I said, small, with a small market, and so far away from the center of Europe, we do feel there are some challenges in terms of availability of products that we have been facing for the last years, mainly. And while the situations where the pricing may affect the availability of certain products, and this is just quoting one paper from EMEA, it's true that the price has an effect on especially through the parallel trade. And there is a lot of people here much more knowledgeable about the subject than I. So if I'm wrong, please correct me. But the best of our knowledge, one of the aspects that has been studied to a lesser extent as an influencer of the shortages of medicines is the difference in price across our countries. Because there is a huge difference between price in the larger countries and the smaller countries, on the more developed and less developed countries, and that may, in our understanding, create a problem in the availability of the products in certain markets. So we know that price needs to play a role. We just don't know how much it is. We cannot quantify it. It's just a matter of price, or are there other things that are contributing? And I'm sure there are other things that are contributing, but we'd like to know at what extent prices contribute to that role. What is the size of that role of medicines on the shortage of medicines? And I mean, we have seen a lot of debate going on about COVID vaccines, where they are available, where they are not available. And we are sure that probably price has a role in that. The next slide, please, João. So how are we going to do that? As João already mentioned, we are very grateful for the collaboration with the Portuguese Pharmacies Association, because while we would really like to have data from other countries, and it's also a request for collaboration with other countries, we would like to know if the smaller countries have more problems than the bigger countries, or as I said, all of these factors. We will now start with the Portuguese data, and for that we will then use the data that ANF is going to make available for us. We will have data available per week per product, and we will know which products were unavailable when at the pharmacy counters, and we will know that for a large period of time. And then we will also, of course, know the product characteristics, like the price, the company, if it is a generic or not. So that's the information that we will use to, next slide, please, João. Yeah, to use some machine learning techniques. As I said, I'm a statistician by training, so we will use some of those machine learning techniques to try to measure the size of the price as one of the factors to the availability problems that we have. We will probably reject the hypothesis that the prices have no role, but we need to see. Please, next slide. So our final goal, as I said, was to compare the countries, either outside or inside UE, whatever. We would like to have the same type of data for several countries and try to conclude in that way what is the role of pricing in the availability. We are already working with UK, and we are asking for authorization to data sharing. But the final goal is basically look at a large number of countries with different sizes, different problems, to see what is the role of price in all of this, problematic. That is everything that I wanted to present. Thank you very much for the opportunity of presenting here, and thank you very much for your attention. And as I said, we are looking for other countries that will be willing to participate with us in this project. Unfortunately, we don't have results yet. We have just starting the project right now, but we will have for sure soon.
Great. Thank you very much, Helena and Joao. This was really interesting presentation.